Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
As you've guessed, today's video is about everybody's favorite, ringing in their ears. How do you pronounce it? What is it? Stick around and find out.
Hearing aids for life, here's the answer.
Let's start at the beginning. How do you even pronounce it? There are two correct pronunciations, tinnitus and tinnitus. If you pronounce it tinnitus, that's typically how the academic community says it, and then tinnitus is how most of the general public says it. So because I'm a man for the people, I will be saying tinnitus in today's video. We know that about 50 million people in the United States struggle with tinnitus. And of the 50 million, 20 million people say it's enough that they notice it on a daily basis, and it is somehow disruptive in some way in their life. Studies show that that's also about 10 to 15% of the adult population. The Academy of Otolaryngology recommends that anyone with tinnitus gets checked by an ENT or an audiologist. Hearing aid specialist, which is what I am, we do not check for tinnitus. Having said that, 99% of the people that go in to have it checked are going in for what they call primary tinnitus, which is just the sound your brain is generating that you hear. And the reality of it is there's nothing your doctor is going to be able to do to help you with that. But, and the reason to get checked is 1% of the people has secondary tinnitus, and quite often there is a treatment available for that. That's out of my area of expertise. So when in doubt, always best to go see your doctor, or an audiologist can help you get diagnosed with primary or secondary tinnitus. What's interesting is if you have ringing in your ears, there's an 80 to 90% chance that you actually have hearing loss. Why are they associated? They don't know exactly, but odds are hearing loss is going to come along with that ringing in your ears. Personally, I have ringing in my ears. In my area, I grew up shooting little .22 rifles, and I've actually kind of measured where it's at, and I have a notch more in my left ear than my right ear, because that's what was exposed to a little more of the muzzle blast. So I hate this subject because now all I'm hearing is ringing in my ears. And as soon as I quit shooting this video, I'm not really going to notice it for the rest of the day. But mine comes and goes throughout the day like many of yours, and there's multiple reasons why that can happen. One of the things that can exacerbate your tinnitus is caffeine. Smoking can do that. A real biggie is stress. The more stressed you are, quite often your tinnitus can get worse. A lack of sleep can also accompany that. And then the real bugaboo is if your tinnitus is keeping you up, so you can't sleep, so then that ups your stress, you're just in this never-ending cycle of making things worse and worse. That's the real hard part for some of the individuals that might be watching this video. I told you primary tinnitus is typically not treatable, but I also mentioned that the majority of people who have it also have hearing loss. So one of the very few things that can help with your tinnitus is hearing aids. One of the first things people look at for their tinnitus is getting fit with hearing aids. Even if you're just a marginal candidate, a lot of times just wearing the hearing aids, getting some amplification can actually help distract the brain, give you a little bit of that white noise almost to where you don't notice the ringing as much. That's why over half of the people who wear hearing aids get some sort of relief from their tinnitus. Some people, I have patients that get complete relief, which is really interesting. And of course, there are about 40% of people that it's not any better or worse with the hearing aids on. But that's another key thing to understand is wearing hearing aids will not make your tinnitus worse. If anything, it will help, lessen it a little bit. Another common strategy used to deal with your tinnitus would be some sort of white noise. a pleasant one, hopefully. Some good examples of that would be, having the sound of like a stream. They make little white noise machines, or you might get a little fountain by your bed, so you're hearing running water, or play like the sound of the ocean. Some of these things might need to make you go to the bathroom in the night, so find your version of what a calming sound is that just gives you just enough to where you don't have to hear the ringing. If it's keeping you up at night, that's really the only strategy that is commonly used in my field to help you with it. We like to medicate in our society, and there are not any medications that have shown any real help as of the time of filming of this video for your tinnitus. So there really is no magic pill. I've warned you in some of my other videos of careful of the predatory nature of my industry at times. Ringing in the ears is a common predatory thing where they'll just sell you some vitamins and there you go, and you might get some placebo effect, but there really is no pill that's going to help make your ringing go away. If some of you were looking for some revelations in this video, I'm sorry. When it comes to this subject, there's been a tremendous amount of research and time across the board put into it. But when it comes down to it, if you happen to have hearing loss and hearing aids can help, that's probably your best bet to help with your hearing loss and your tinnitus, assuming you have primary tinnitus. If you do have the secondary type, again, that's a talk between you and your doctor at that point. So what's the simple thing to do when it's all said and done? If you have ringing in your ears, go see an audiologist or a doctor. They're likely going to just refer you out to a hearing aid specialist to get hearing aids. But it's all, when in doubt, go to a doctor is always good advice. And legally, that's what I told you to do. We have a nice legal system here. Don't sue me. No, but beyond that, go to see your hearing aid specialist or audiologist for some hearing help. If you have any more questions on the subject, feel free to put them in the comments below. I appreciate you taking the time to watch today's video. Remember, like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. I appreciate each and every one of you that has taken the time to click that little button for me. I'll see you in next week's video.
Hearing aids for life, here's the answer.